So Alhamdulillah, I'm joined here with one of my top students. Alhamdulillah, brother Muhammad Yusuf, 18 years old, living out here in the UK. How are you doing, Akhi? You okay?
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, I'm good, man. I'm good,
Alaikum
Alhamdulillah.
salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, brother Yusuf here joined during August, at the start, beginning of August. Alhamdulillah, he's achieved great heights, and today we're going to share a few things about his progress, about his journey, about his development, and about his success. And Alhamdulillah, over the last 3 weeks, he's generated about 16.4k in closed deals for a sales coaching offer. He's also collected cash of about 2 point no 1.6k, but he's due to get 2.4k. So that's what he's made, 2.4k over the last 3 weeks. And the icing on the cake is simply he's secured a very, very good role in my opinion, the biggest Muslim brand out there. And I'll keep you guys guessing. Alhamdulillah. So Yusuf, how are you, Akhi? And this is a means to share your journey and your progression here since you're joining Remote Risk. So first and foremost, what was your motivation behind entering the high ticket sales space over other industries? Because there's a lot out there. There's information overload, there's e-com, there's cybersecurity, there's AI. So what really struck you for about this industry?
Yeah, so really good question. I've looked into a lot of things. I started looking initially into, social media, marketing, management, those side of things. And I've seen that the work, I don't really like the work with obviously social media using, being pressured to use music is very common with social media. Just the fitting with social media in general. Then I started looking into, web design. And this was about a few months ago. And also web design stuff like that. The issue is you have to learn a service, then you got to learn how to fulfill the service as well. So things like that, it really put me off. And then Alhamdulillah, I stumbled upon appointment saying a few months ago, and it really stuck out to it really stood out to me. Sorry. So what really made it stand out was obviously with a business, there's sales and there's fulfillment. And
Indeed.
appointment saying you just focus on the sales. There's no fulfillment you need to focus on. So you can get straight into it, alhamdulillah, and you don't have to, focus on giving a service, nothing like that, just the sale part. And that's what really stood out to me. And alhamdulillah, brothers are making very good money with this, having the ability to make hijrah with this, and just things like that. The potential with this is a growing market. Just those things, it really really stood out to me. So
No, very good. Alhamdulillah. And you were totally right on a couple of things you mentioned there, but in terms of it's very beginner friendly, right?
yeah,
As long as you have basic communication skills, you can enter the industry. And the Muslim market in the high ticket sales space is simply just getting started. And the non-Muslims have been doing it for 10, 15 years. And the Muslims, they're playing the catch-up game. And rightly so, because there's just so much financial rewards and unprecedented rewards that you can earn. People earn more money in 2, 3 weeks than people who earn in 3 months. Subhanallah.
sorry, yeah,
So
sorry,
Alhamdulillah.
akhi.
And explain to the brothers who are watching today, like, what made you really say yes to the program in the first place?
Yeah. So this, alhamdulillah, really stood out to me. Reason being is, akhi, the the support, the resources, the content. That's what really made it stand out. Having that Muslim network that was really
Indeed.
important as well. Being alongside Muslim brothers on the same journey, they can give you advice, they can give you help. Just those things, it really stood out to me. What made me, really intrigued with this, the program itself, all of those things, alhamdulillah. But number one thing I'd say is obviously the access to a wide network. Top sales
Alhamdulillah.
professionals, industry professionals, Muslim brothers on the same journey as you, want to make
Indeed.
hijrah, things like that. So
Barakallah
yeah,
feek, akhi. Barakallah feek. And
I mean,
in
feek.
terms of like, what was the moment like you really realized that this industry had real high halal income potential?
Yeah, so really good question. So I was in the Telegram and I seen the wins that our brothers are getting. So it really stood out to me, Allah Barik. Brothers are getting into roles within 2 weeks, making good money. Allah Barik. One really that stood out to me was Ayman. I seen Ayman's
Ah,
post, stuff like that. It really intrigued me. I was shocked, man. So I actually popped up to him privately. I told him, Akhi, how are you doing it, man? And he told me, Akhi, I'm working at Aqib, this and that. So as soon I was in the Telegram, I seen the post, stuff like that. And when I joined, it was like another level because I started seeing the jobs that I posted every single day. Lots of jobs opportunities, good month, good monthly income, just things like that. Then it reality kicked in. I seen that Akhi is real, it's possible, man, it's doable. And I was
Shukran.
shocked, man. Alhamdulillah.
Shukran, Akhi. Shukran, shukran. And you tell us, like, how did remote risk in particular help you land your current role and also help you hit the heights that you hit today?
Subhanallah played, a very integral part because before getting into this, I didn't really know much about appointment setting, how it works, the psychology behind things, and in the program itself, it taught me all of that in a very short period of time. You can navigate yourself, stuff like that, but with something like a mentorship program, whatever, it gives you that fast track. It gives you one direction, one road to follow, a very clear path, and you have that guidance on the way. You can avoid mistakes, you can learn from lessons, take wisdom, things like that. So what really, helped me was the videos, especially, breaking down every single step, how to network effectively, call recordings, all of those things, and the network as well that you get with the top sales professionals and the Muslim brothers as well. You can ask them questions. So it's all been a huge help to me and yourself as well. Alhamdulillah,
Barakallah fik.
the one-to-one support sessions that you give me when I message you, you give me responses. Alhamdulillah, lots of feedback. So it's been, really integral. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, you know what? The main thing is, look, if people are serious about growth, then I'm serious about time. And we give that time and we give that support. We do our best, alhamdulillah. And you were talking about the network and you landed a new role. Share like your experience about landing that new role because that came from one of the job boards that we provide you with.
Yeah, absolutely, Akhi. And subhanAllah, it's amazing, this network that you get. So I actually got in contact with one of the top sales managers. He runs some sessions per week, weekly sessions. So I was attending those, and I got to know him. He got to know me, and I actually, reached out to him, and then he gave me the offer. So
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, through the job board, I've landed a very big offer. Like you mentioned, probably the biggest Muslim offer out there at the moment.
And absolutely, Akhi, we're so excited for you. And you're actually the third student. There's two other students who are on this offer, and
Alhamdulillah.
on remote risk, we're getting more representation.
And it's
Alhamdulillah.
amazing, because I can now, I've already been in contact with them, but I can message them now, ask them, okay, what advice can you give me, stuff like that. And that's super important in this space. So, Alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah, akhi, that's the start of the beginning for you, landing that big Muslim role, and now you're going to build off that, inshallah. So, last question. What would you say to someone who's hesitant, who's a bit scared to invest or they don't really see themselves as a risk taker? People who are sitting on the fence today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would say I was in a very similar position to you. Throughout summer, because I finished college, I did have a lot of time on my hands. I had like a few months. So, I was actually looking to get into a job, start working warehouse, stuff like that. But in life, you gotta take opportunity, you gotta take risks. High risk, high reward, as they say. So my advice would be you can take the risk, and if if it doesn't work out, then at least you gain experience. Alhamdulillah. And if it does work out, then that's double.
Yeah, alhamdulillah,
So
alhamdulillah. You never truly know until you take the leap.
exactly, Akhi, exactly, 100%. And you gotta take the risk. In life you gotta take risk, or else you're gonna be in the same position. And if you're happy with that, then khalas, Akhi, that's other people are gonna take that risk, take that chance, and they're gonna see the benefits. So what's
Shukran,
what's
akhi.
the what's the what's the point, what's the yani mistake, what's the thing in trying, what's the point in trying, what are you gonna lose if you do try?
Absolutely, absolutely. You're totally right. No, alhamdulillah, he's spot on with everything you've mentioned. It's all facts, and more Muslims are seeing the true value of halal remote income, and this is a great pathway to achieve such big goals like Hijrah, as we've seen with some people in our program. So, alhamdulillah, you brother Muhammad Yusuf, yeah, 18 years old, smashing it out of the park, alhamdulillah, and now gearing up for his biggest role yet. So, barakallah fiqh, Yusuf, and
I mean,
inshallah ta'ala. Who knows? We'll see. Whoever's watching, you might be in Yusuf's seat soon, inshallah.
inshallah ta'ala.